Live. What is up, YouTube? What is up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing amazing. Today we are chatting about, check this out, look at what we're chatting about. We are speaking about the 2021 roadmap to become a full stack developer. This is your full stack developer 2021 roadmap. Stick around because at the end of this roadmap, you will get a chance. We will have a special surprise for you at the end of this video for you to check out, which will actually help you on becoming a full stack developer. Now, granted, look at what we have here. It is not only us, we also have amazing people like these right here. Look at this. All these amazing people who just joined. Everybody say hi to everybody. Say hi. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
So guys, Naz and I will be jumping on today and we're going to give you the roadmap, the guidance, the step-by-step system that you can start to apply literally starting today to become a full stack developer within 2021.
Yes, exactly. We'll talk in the video to those of you who are on YouTube right now, guys. I'm sorry, right? Unfortunately, this is only for PWJ students for the Zoom call.
Join PWJ.
So you have to join PWJ
link is down below.
Link down below. So to join that, you have to be there. But it's okay. At least you'll get to watch what we're about to present here to you guys. Okay, guys? All right, guys. Hope you are ready. Let's get this party started. I am done pretty much. Everybody on Zoom, let's go ahead and turn on those cameras right now. Everybody, Shlog, Nicoletta. Yeah, there you go. Do not turn off the cameras. Hey, Woo! Let's go. You guys hear it, by the way? You guys hear the music?
Yeah? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear the music.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Beautiful. So, okay, let's see. So I'm gonna share my screen right here. Let me see the screen right there. So let me know if you guys see my screen. Beautiful. Yes, you can, as you guys know, always. Whew, let's go here. All right, so full stack developer roadmap, right? Let's go and check this out. So what are we going to be talking about? What are we discussing? Everybody can see my screen, yes or no? Yes. Thumbs up. Good.
All right.
All right. So pretty simple, guys, for today. All right. Pretty simple. Let me go get my pointer. There you go. All right. So make sure, number one, turn off your phones, remove them from your point of view. If you have to throw them out into the window, go ahead and do that. If you destroy them, that's fine too. But don't destroy them because we're not liable for it, okay?
Don't blame us. That's a disclaimer.
Disclaimer, we're not liable for anything you decide to destroy for yourself, okay? All right, cool. Let's go ahead and move on. Also, we're going to be doing a live Q&A with me and Daniel at the end of this call. So if you have any questions, so make sure you stick around for that. And also, really quickly, today you'll get a chance to check out, you'll get a chance to actually apply for a boot camp, an amazing boot camp that we have, we've been working on for the past months. We currently have our first cohort starting, which is just crazy. It's so good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We already have 2 people who already have internships as React.js developers.
Amazing results.
Yeah,
amazing
already.
Results.
Only for 3 months, man.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, and we currently are taking people on the wait list for the next cohort. So, cool. All right, let's get this party started. Oh, you clicked a different button?
Well, no, you put the green one. Wait.
Cool. So, let's simplify the journey of becoming a full stack developer, guys, okay? Oh, I see people in the YouTube chat. It's amazing.
Awesome.
Let's simplify the journey to become full stack developer, right? The number one thing you need to think about, okay, is think about kind of the goal, right? The goal that you need to, that you want, right? Do you want, so for example, here, Marek, what's your goal, for example? Tell me. What's your goal, Marek?
My goal is to, just have more time.
Okay, so you want to have more time, correct? Okay.
Yes,
okay, so that's your goal, okay? Now, so if you want to have more time, what does it take to have more time? Tell me.
Like I told you before, it'll be freelancing, just or just working remotely, having that more time to, spend with family, understanding the concept of JavaScript.
Right.
Really.
So you need to. So your goal is to have more time, and with that, you're obviously the thing you have to do is like work remotely, correct? So you want to work remotely and be a kind of as a full stack developer. Might that be freelancing or might that be the job, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, work remotely as a full stack developer, right? Now let's talk about exactly, right? Let's talk about what the steps you need to do to actually get there. So let's talk about steps. Okay, so step 1, for example, step 1. What do you need to do for step 1? Think about this.
understand everything about JavaScript.
Understand JS. Okay. Step 2. Let's think about this.
Practice.
Practice.
That's huge.
Right? That's the big thing, right? Practice. Okay. Let's go ahead and do step 3. Okay. Here's my step 3 for you. Okay. This is really important one. Listen up. Okay. This is called problem solving. Okay. I want you to practice not just practice, but you need to get good at problem solving, Marek. Okay. But that's the most important thing. Problem solving. Okay. That's what you need to do, right?
And that's because every programmer essentially is a problem solver. You solve a complicated problem by writing software.
Correct. Okay. Let's think about that. Step 4. Let's think about this. What do you think step 4 is? Could be.
Create a project.
Yeah. So build your portfolio. So build your portfolio. Correct. So build your portfolio. Correct. Okay. Portfolio right there. Build your portfolio. Right here. Okay, right here for step 3. I'm gonna kind of go back to this one. This right here is the most important, just so you know. Right here, this part. See this, Marek? This part right here is the most important. Okay, problem solving. If you can get this, then you cannot build your portfolio. If you cannot be a good problem solver, your portfolio it will look cool. That's fine.
But it's fake. It's not real. It's just tutorials you found that you happen to copy and you didn't really do.
Exactly. It's like, let's say, it's like having a car that looks cool but drives shitty.
Yeah. It's like if you were to get the body of a Tesla, and then you put it over like an old car that doesn't even work. So you're like, oh look, I have this Tesla, but it doesn't even start. Right? It's not even electric.
Exactly. Right. So that's the most important thing. Okay. Step 4. Now let's do step 5. Okay. Step 5 is what? Step 5, what is step 5? Step 5. What do you think step 5 is?
Start finding clients.
Yeah, apply to jobs or finding clients. Apply to jobs, right? / finding clients, correct? Right? Now, apply to remote jobs. Let's be clear about that. Remote, because, right, you don't want to look for jobs that necessarily don't fit what you want, right? Remote jobs or find clients, remote clients. Does that make sense? Right?
Sure.
So we want to be very direct with that. Comprende? Comprende is good. Okay, cool. But here's my biggest question though, Marek. Okay? And this is to everybody here. Literally to everybody here. Here's my big question to you, okay? Is you said that yes, you have to do all these different things, right? Great. I have to do all this. I have to understand JS. I have to practice, okay? I have to be a problem solver and build your portfolio and apply to remote jobs. But there's one big fucking question that we need to ask ourselves. And that is very simple. Here's the question. Wait. Who do I need to be?
Whoa. That's a big question.
Who do I need to be to do all these things that I want to do? Right? Who do I need to be a problem solver, right? Who do I need to be able to apply for remote jobs and find a FullStack developer job? Okay? That is the question. Who do I need to be? So who do you need to be, Marek, okay, in order to become a full-stack developer? Tell me. What do you think it is?
Mindset.
Huh?
Bulldog mindset.
Okay, mentally strong. Okay, but let's go deeper into this though. Let's go deeper in that. What else?
You have to be a student.
Okay, so student, but before that, okay, that's fine, but that's not totally where I'm going at. Where at? What else?
Seems like maybe to, figure out solutions to people's problems.
That's not what I'm trying to look for here.
Determined.
Determined. Who said that? Yeah, determined. You need to be determined. You need to be, Marek, persistent. You need to be so fucking persistent that whatever difficulty that comes in front of you, you can go through it. Because here's what's going to happen at some point, Marek. It happens to everybody. You have a challenge. You have a challenge that's in front of you. And it's going to get fucking hard. Okay? You have a challenge that's in front of you. And you're going to be like, oh shit, I can't do it. I can't figure it out. And then here's what a lot of people do. They quit. This is what a lot of people do. I had a student recently. He is in our coding bootcamp right now, which is the bootcamp we'll be talking about later on. He got an internship as a React.js developer, but it was hard for him. He couldn't. It was like really hard for him, right? It was his first internship, right? He's like, Nas, it's so hard. I don't know. I feel like I'm quitting. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? You got an opportunity in front of you and you're gonna quit because it's hard? Nothing in the fucking this life is just supposed to be easy, especially when it's very rewarding things. There's a saying that says, nothing worth having comes easy. Understand?
Truth to that.
Truth to that. So this is what I want you to do, right? Is you have to think about, who do I need to be? I need to be someone wakes up early in the morning. In the morning, maybe. I'm not sure, depending on how you work. I need to be someone who potentially maybe, right? Maybe someone you need to be someone who is, I don't know. You guys, the what's it called? The YouTube can't really see because there's a thing right there. I need to be someone who maybe it codes every day, nonstop, codes every day, no matter what, right? This is what we have to ask ourselves. These important questions is who do I need to be? Because I can talk a big game. I can talk a big game of like, okay, cool. Well, I want to be a full-stack developer. I need to learn JS. I need to be a problem solver. But great. But unless you put some fucking work and some actionable words behind it, that means fucking nothing. Do you understand?
Oh yeah.
That's what I want you guys to think about. Okay? Who do I need to be? Everybody right now in this Zoom call, if you are currently on, for example, if you're currently on YouTube, write this down on a piece of paper. Who do you need to be? Who do I need to be? Who do you need to be, Daniel?
I need to be someone that has all these words that Nas just put up there. But to be able to get to there, I also recognize I need to set some goals and get there little by little. And that's why we're going back to setting goals, because there's two types of goals that you're going to get there, right? What Nas just talked about is that is going to be part of your long-term vision. Who do I need to be? You have that long-term vision of yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now. But to get to that point, you have to break that down into smaller and shorter goals so that you could start to baby step your way. Or if you're going to go hard, you start to sprint your way to becoming that person.
Exactly.
As long as there's progress. You know, it's up to you whether you're going to go fast or slow, but as long as there's progress. So what does a long-term goal look like, Nas?
So let's say a long-term goal, of course, is we want to be, let's say, in Marek's eyes, for example. Let me go on. Right, his goal is, for example, to become a full-stack developer because he wants to be able to work remotely so that he can have more time with his family, okay? So that is one of his long-term goals, okay? Now, or either they're a full-stack developer or full-stack freelancer. Either case works, correct? Right? Either case works. Right. Cool. Now, okay, so that's your long-term goal, okay? That could be 1 year, 5 years, maybe 6 months, who knows, okay? But now, what is our short-term goal? Well, here's our short-term goal, okay? We want to, for example, learn the fundamentals. We want to learn JavaScript and React. We want to, for example, let me go ahead and look at this. For example, you want to go ahead and build your portfolio, build our first React.js project from a tutorial, for example, right? So maybe you start out, number one is you start out, for example, building a project from your portfolio, from like a YouTube tutorial or something like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a way to introduce yourself to it. The problem becomes later on is when your short-term goal becomes this project from tutorials all the time. This is when it becomes a problem. This is something called tutorial hell.
And you can't get out of tutorial hell if you just keep doing more tutorials all the time. You need to do the opposite of tutorials if you're trying to get out of tutorial hell.
Exactly. So what do you need to do, Daniel, to get out of tutorial hell?
You need to make sure you understand how to actually write code and solve problems. Because at that point, you can start to build your own software.
Yes. So for example, let's go just put down a few things that, for example, we can learn. For example, so let's go number 1. Okay. So build your own project from scratch.
Yeah. So here's a caveat. It could be from scratch, or you could build on top of a tutorial that you've already built. Because if you follow a tutorial, maybe you could follow along, and you can add a feature to it. You can add something else that you didn't follow anyone's tutorial. You were able to come up with that.
Correct. So for example, let me ask this question. Marek, have you completed any of the modules in PWJ right now?
Yes, I'm on module 6 or 7 right now.
Okay, 6 or 7. Okay. So what project have you built so far?
By myself, I haven't built any projects by myself. I've just been going through the
No. What project have you built from the tutorial?
Oh, I gotta look it up. Give me a second.
I'm guessing, for example, guess the number game.
Right? Or,
Guess the number game.
Yeah, the guess the number game.
Yeah. So let's think about this. So you have this one, right? Guess number game, right? Okay. All right. Have you built the weather app yet or no? The weather app.
Yes, I built it already.
Okay, let's think about the weather app, okay?
Okay.
Weather app. Okay. Let's think about, what additional features can you add by yourself as a way to learn better and faster? Okay, let's think about this, okay? What additional features can you add? Anybody have any suggestions on YouTube? If you're on YouTube, right? Okay, provide us some suggestions on YouTube. If you're here in a Zoom, what suggestions? Go ahead and raise your hand and talk. What suggestion would you have from Marek, for example, to go ahead and to build new features? What do you guys think? Trey, what do you think? Trey?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You could add like centralized, like your location specifically, or you could throw in some extra designs, like make it look like you want to, you know.
Yeah. So extra design aspects, right? Right. Maybe for example, I think a good one might be, for example, like find your location based on IP address. Yeah. So for example, you might not even have to, for example, ask the person for their location. It's just it finds automatically based on your IP address, and that's possible in coding, right? So find your location based on IP address. Because for example, when you go to Weather Channel or some other weather like a company, they will actually get you the weather based on your IP address. That's so simple, right? Right? Anything else? For example, let's say Claudio or anybody else. Anybody else have any suggestions?
Sorry, I don't even remember the weather app.
No, but think about it yourself, right? Just think about it for yourself, right?
Yeah.
What would you want to add?
Also, if they need multiple days of weather.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that. So like multiple days of weather, correct?
Also, if multiple information layer, because the weather is also not only sun or rainy, but humidity and all other stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So you can see, so that's what your goal is. Your goal should be to build on top of the current project. Does everybody understand here? Raise your hand. Yes. Good. Right? Everybody should be building that. You should not just be copying from a tutorial and that's pretty much it. So just keep that in mind every single time you're doing a tutorial. May that be from us, may that be from a different course, may that be from YouTube. It don't matter. We have a lot of students right now. I'm not kidding. A lot of students right now who are going through, for example, just YouTube tutorials. And you know what? They can't fucking build shit. I'm sorry. That's the truth. You can't build shit, and if you can't build shit, you won't get a job. I know I'm like being very pumped up right now, but it's like, there's a reason. Okay? That's the only way for me to communicate this kind of stuff for you right now. So cool. Does that make sense for everybody? Yes or no? Yes? That's our short-term goal, okay? Okay, and again, make sure you write this stuff down, guys. Make sure you write this stuff down, okay?
And take your time, right? Like that's why Nas is here stopping, putting you in this position so that you could take your time, write this stuff down. You really think it through, like what are the steps that we have to take, the short terms, and how they're going to add up to be able to get to that long-term goal in the end.
Yes, exactly. Awesome, sweet. So make a plan. Okay, cool. Next up, let's go ahead and see. Okay, next up.
So to be able to write it down, you could use Notion.
Yeah,
or
Notion.
You could use wherever you want.
Whatever
we
you
love
want.
Notion.
Notes, whatever it might be. In Notes app. Yeah, for example, so again, write down is very important. For example, here a neuroscientist here explains that, I'm going to remove this stuff. Right? People who very vividly describe or picture their goals are anywhere from 1.2 to 1.4 times more likely to successfully accomplish their goals. It's actually really fun. I always picture by myself. I always picture, like, for example, us, the Clever Programmer team, like on stage, for example, like giving a presentation at a conference where we introduce, for example, like a bootcamp, or we introduce a program, or not just introduce, but just like provide value, or we have speakers. I picture this like every single time when I do meditation. Right, I pictured myself, for example, getting a Tesla at some point, for example. Right?
Hey, and he got it. You see, that's what happens when you visualize. When you vividly describe that picture and that goal, you achieve it. Nas is a prime example of that. Next, we'll be talking on stage, just like how he's talking about right now.
Yeah, we will. I'm not kidding. That's gonna happen at the end of this year.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna happen, right? So it's stuff like this. Like, for example, next up, you have, for example, these people say that fewer than 20% of people reported that they describe their goals in written form, which is unfortunate. As humans, we process visuals 60 times faster than having to imagine things, based on a recent study by the 3M company. So writing down your goals means that you can visually see them. This is an important point because when we see something, right, it affects how we act.
Wow, that's powerful.
That's pretty cool.
And that's why people have vision boards as well, right?
Yes,
like people could set up a board where they just put pictures of the things that they want, and that visual cue helps them to take the right action.
Yes, 100%, 100%. And actually, a visual board is actually really cool. It's something that Aaron, my friend, does. He has a visual board. Literally, create a visual board, guys, is really cool. Create a visual board.
A vision board.
A vision board of everything that you want, for example, to have in your life, for example, right? And honestly, and just make it a screensaver or make it your full desktop picture. Now, personally, I don't do this myself right now, but I have my friend Aaron who is going through big transformation right now, and he has that fully right there in front of him on not only, for example, on, not only, for example, on his desktop, but also, like, for example, on his iPhone. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, so everywhere that he's just constantly there, he gets that reminder, that visual, and he could start to work towards that. So that's why it's important, guys, to be able to write this down so you can visualize it, because literally people are able to have more success the more ingrained in their mind it becomes, and the more it becomes part of their specific identity.
For sure. Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going in that case.
Next slide, man.
Next slide. Let's see. Okay, what does it take to become a successful software developer? That's a good question. So let's talk about the technical skills that you need to know to get there. All right. So part one, technologies you need to know to become a full stack developer right here, guys. All right. Well, let me see. You need to know HTML, CSS right here, right? JavaScript right here, of course, very important. React.js is going to be the framework of our choice. Sorry, the library of our choice. Some people get really, really picky about this kind of stuff. Node.js is going to be a great choice for the backend. There's also, you can also do Django as well. So Django is another great choice as well. Let's go ahead and keep going. Next, we have Firebase, another great database exactly to play around with. MongoDB is an amazing database as well to use. And Express.js, that's going to go hand in hand with Node.js right here. And of course, the really important MySQL.
Now, guys. make sure that if you don't know these, take a screenshot right now. Take a screenshot of this, because you're gonna be able to realize and have this even as your vision board. And these could be the things that you want to master, because the first thing was setting your goals. The next thing is, what are the things that you have to master to become a full stack developer? This is it. I mean, you could definitely trade some things in and out, but if you do this, you can become that full stack developer. And
exactly. So cool. Now, guys, again, I mentioned like MySQL, like this kind of stuff is really, really important. This is something that we teach very much in the boot camp that we have. And of course, there's more technology to us, right? Like you cannot, so
forget about everything, because we are going to literally start and tell you from scratch the real reality of becoming a full stack developer and what you need to know, right? Because first off, we need to be honest with you, right?
Yes.
Becoming a full stack developer isn't something that just happens in days or a month or two.
No.
It takes time.
No.
It takes practice. It takes persistence. It takes everything that Naz was talking about earlier.
Yes. And it's like a lot of people, they will come into this kind of stuff, right, guys? They'll come in and they'll be like, okay, well, you know, I want to be a full stack developer and I want to be in 2 months and I want to be a fucking millionaire.
No.
like who wants to be a millionaire here, huh, guys? Tell me. Who wants to be a millionaire here? Raise your hand. I mean, everybody should raise their hand if they want to. But you think you'll be there in the next month or two?
Take some time.
Unless you win the fucking lottery.
True. Unless some crazy thing happens, then yeah, probably not.
A lot of this stuff takes a lot of time, takes a lot of work, guys. It takes persistence. But most importantly, what I want to tell you guys to do is, please, when you get into coding, this is for everybody, for you on YouTube, because I'm so passionate about this, right? For you that are currently here on Zoom, you guys, please, please, please listen to this, okay? Don't do this just for the money. Please. Too many people go into this issue. They do it just for the money, right? They go home, they're like, oh, I want the money, that's all I want. No, this shit is hard. And so this will require a different level of understanding, right? Different level of understanding. You actually want to do it because, like, okay, well, because I want to be a developer. I want to have this career, right? But because I enjoy this.
Exactly, because here at Clever Programmer, we don't make sad rich developers, we make happy rich developers. And we want you to be happy, right? So make sure you're doing this for the right reason. So everyone here on the Zoom call, if you're doing it for the right reason, I want you to raise your hand just to make sure that everyone here is on the right spot. You're passionate about programming. All right, that's what we love to see.
That's awesome.
Because the next step is, once you admit you want to do this for the right reasons, you have to start to create
a timeline.
Okay. Exactly, right?
Let's think about this, okay? For those of you who has the busiest schedule right now, raise your hand. Who has a really busy schedule? No, put it down, Daniel.
Well, me and Naz are busy.
Yeah, I mean, we're very busy, but we still find time. It's okay. Okay? Who has a very busy schedule? Tell me. Anybody? Okay, cool. So let's talk to someone else, for example. Let's take... Hold on. I know, Rishi, you code as well. You code already, so it's okay. Let's see. But for example, like Elliot. Okay? Elliot, okay? From what time do you work, Elliot? Tell me.
So I'm signed up mandatory for 40 hours a week. It's really a 9 to 5, but like it varies. Like some days will be 9 to 5. Some days are 1 to 9, but I'm obligated to meet 40 hours a week.
So current job, 40 hours a week. How much time do you sleep?
I at least get 5 to 6 hours.
Okay, so 5 to 6 hours per week. So that's, for example, let's say in 7 days, 5 to 6 hours. That's what? Wait, you get 5 to 6 hours only?
Yo, you need to sleep more,
what
bro.
What the fuck, man? You can sleep more time. I just realized that. What?
Go to sleep, bro.
Go to fucking sleep, man.
I just sleep more. But,
yeah. Let's say 7 hours per week. At least 7 hours per week. Okay. Oh, not per week. Per day. Per day. Okay.
So that'd be 50 hours a week.
That'd be 50 hours a week. Okay. So let's say 50 hours a week. Okay.
Thanks, David.
What'd you say, David? Do not fucking support that, David.
I don't see the chat.
That 5 hours is enough.
No.
I don't.
Fuck no.
Yeah, no, 5 hours is good.
No.
That's why David sucks at programming, because he only sleeps 5 hours.
Oh.
No. He's great, but he could be better if he were to sleep his 7 to 8 hours.
Correct. So let's say it's 40 hours. Okay. Now, how many hours do we have in the week just in general? Let's say it's what 24 times. What is 24 times 7? We have in general 168 hours per week. So you have 50 hours. So you're currently spending 90 hours. 90 hours. Okay. Okay. How much time you got left? Let's see. 168 minus 90. You still have 78 hours to do all the other bullshit that you want to do.
That's a lot.
Per week, bro.
Now, yes, some of that might
some days
eating.
Eating. That. Let's say, okay, 10 hours eating. Let's say 10 hours to go, the bathroom, who knows? Maybe, to go to the bathroom for 10 hours per week, who knows, right? Okay, but let's say that leaves you off with 50 hours, okay? Fuck. Let's say it leaves you off with 40 hours.
And hold up, the 40 hours is a pretty real standard because there's people that literally have their full-time job, full-time, and they work 80 to 100 hours a week.
Yes. Yes.
So obviously, yeah, it's definitely not like the best situation, but if they're able to do that, then that means the average human at least has an extra 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
If they're working 40 hours a week to
exactly.
do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, and taking a break is still fine. Taking some time off is still fine. There's no problem with that. We don't try to push you like you have to work 80 hours per week. That's not the case here. But what I want you guys to do is to find at least 30, 20 hours per week right now, 20 to 30 hours right now, 30 hours of work, of coding hours per week. Like, can everybody here dedicate at least 20 to 30 hours per week of coding? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Can you? Can you? No, not everybody? So you guys can't. Okay, good, everybody. Yes, right? But of course, you don't fucking do it. Why? Because you're too comfortable. No, I don't know why, honestly, sometimes. It's just that you have to be more disciplined, right? It goes back to, right? It goes back to, who do I need to be, right? And that goes back to, well, I just need to be more disciplined. That's part one. I need to be more disciplined with my time. So, for example, okay, let's say that, okay, Elliot, when do you get back from work?
For instance, just say 5 o'clock.
So let's say 5 o'clock. So is it true that maybe between 6 and 8 you can always dedicate 6 and 8, or between 5 to 7 or 5 to 8 you can dedicate time for this, for coding? Yeah, there you go. So that's already 3 hours per day, right? 3 hours per day. Times that by, let's say, 5. That's already 15 hours per day. And then you give it one more, for example, one more day. Let's say Saturday. That's what you're already doing. 20 hours per day or per week of coding. Now, would you say that this will take you a lot faster towards your goal of becoming a developer, right? If you did that versus, for example, maybe they're doing 1 hour per week or 2 hours. Would you agree with that, right? It's a pretty simple solution, right? Right, self-explanatory. So this is what I want you guys to think about, right? Be very disciplined about your time. Use a calendar. For example, Calendly is there's something called Calendar 5. Calendar 5. This is on the App Store, right here. Calendar 5, right there. Such a cool calendar, guys. It's insane, right? Very, 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 very good. So check that one out. Ooh. Okay, cool. Let's move on. All right, what do we out?
What does the big picture timeline look like? Again, bringing it back to becoming a full stack developer. What are the things that you have to do? How can you start to structure everything so that you can make sure you can actually get there within 2021 becoming that full stack developer? Well,
yes. So the first part we're going to go is the fundamentals. This part, do not fucking miss this part right here, guys. This is what nobody does. And this is why everybody's struggling so much. It's because of the fundamentals.
Yeah, even other boot camps. Like, we've talked to other students who have been part of other boot camps, and they don't even know how to build an application from scratch because they never learned the fundamentals. They wouldn't know how to add a feature to anything because what they just went through was they just went through the course. They just went through the tutorials and did whatever they were told.
Exactly.
So we realized that, wow, this is a huge gap in people's knowledge when they're trying to become a full stack developer. So we actually prioritize this and put it in the very beginning.
Yes. Okay, month 2, let's say, for example, or month 1, because we're such cool, because we're coders.
We're programmers. We start with 0.
Is we go into like HTML, CSS. So maybe you take a break a little bit from coding, and this takes you more into the creative side, right? Which is to be able to develop beautiful websites, beautiful applications. Just understand more so like the view part of it, right? The view part of, not the back end part of it, but the view part of it.
Because in reality, HTML and CSS, they're not necessarily like programming languages. They're markup languages or whatever they're called.
Exactly.
So it'll kind of take your brain off of the programming. You could see how to make beautiful websites, and then it gives you that space to kind of go back into it with month 2 or month 3, whatever we'll keep it this way. So month 2 to not confuse anything.
Right there. So next time you have month 2, learn JS ES6. Then we have, for example, after you've kind of mastered a little bit more of JavaScript, maybe you built a project here. Maybe at this point you built like a project, let's say. Maybe you built a project at this point, right? Okay. After that point, what you would do, for example, is you will, for example, maybe you might learn, for example, like React.js in this point right here, right? You might learn React.js. And then finally, you will go ahead and maybe you might then build a portfolio with your projects, right? With the project you built. So maybe you built a project with React.js here, built a project here. That now gives you 2 projects. They have another one here that's with React.js right here. That's pretty much it, okay? And then for example, then you keep doing practice problems. So you've been doing fundamentals, practice problems, then you keep doing it on and on and on, again and again and again. Okay, you don't stop that. For those of you right now who are just getting into software development, okay, do not make the mistake of, for example, not doing practice problems, not doing algorithms. So use things like HackerRank, okay? Use things like LeetCode, right? All these different solutions, right, are going to be a really great way for you to practice, and you should be doing at least one a week.
Yes, and guys, this isn't like your history class back in high school where you just memorize something for one class, you could forget it for the rest of your life. These are things that you're just gonna have to revisit time and time again as you become a developer, and that's what we're saying. Just keep practicing. It's not like a learn it and you're done. It's learn it and keep on learning it, keep improving it, keep practicing it, and keep making it better. Because after that, once you got into that point, you're gonna do the same thing and you're just gonna keep applying for jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, and now, guys, I do want to say, for those of you who felt like maybe the 20 hours a week wasn't something that is not doable, this is the tip for you guys. You could still find 30 minutes to 1 hour a day. So for those of you who didn't raise your hand when Nas asked, do you have 20 to 30 hours a week to dedicate to programming? My question to you is, do you have 5 to 7 hours a week to dedicate to programming?
Yes.
And honestly, if the answer is still no, then you're just not serious about it.
Exactly. It's as simple as that, guys. Simple
because
as that.
anyone can find 5 to 7 hours a week. I don't care how busy you are. You could find 5 to 7 hours a week.
Yes.
To put into building your dreams.
Yes. So guys, okay. I want to kind of go, because we're going to go through this really quickly at this point, but I want to go over a little bit of the fundamentals side, because I want to give you some really, really good value here. Fundamentals portion here, okay? These fundamentals, okay? When I say fundamentals, what the fuck are those? What are fundamentals? Let's go with this really quickly with me. So fundamentals. What are the things I need to learn fundamentals here, David? Not David, Daniel, tell me.
Yeah, not David, Daniel's better. Well, a fundamental could be something as simple as, how do I even do a data structure? I was going to go function, but you start typing data structure. Right.
I love that.
So before I get into data structure, like, how do I even write a function? How do I even create classes and call other classes and do basic stuff when it comes to object-oriented programming, right?
Yes.
Writing class, creating object, all that good stuff. Now from there, I think the next fundamentals you want to make sure you understand are just different types of data structures, right? Other than just an array, other than just a dictionary or an object in JavaScript, what is a linked list? What is a stack? What is a queue? What's a graph? What's a tree? What are all these different data structures that you can do, right? So all of those would fall into data structures. The reason is they're just different ways of storing data, different structures in which you can store data. That's why they're called data structures.
Yeah. So linked lists, queues, trees, for example, all the
graphs,
stacks, right? Stacks, okay? Graphs, right? Stacks, okay, I would say graphs, right? All of these are structures that you need to know. And please do not wait till the end of your learning opportunity, of your learning kind of journey. Don't wait till the end to when you start interviewing, then you start learning queues. No, that's not the good way. You should be starting learning right now, right fucking now. When you get off this call, everybody right now should start learning all these fundamentals, linked lists, queues, trees, because these ones, they build what? They build something called a problem-solving mind, guys. Problem-solving mind. This is what I like to think about, okay? A problem-solving mind. That's the whole goal that they teach you, okay? Because like, if you can understand, okay, for example, right? If you can, for example, here, it's just an example here. Okay, I have this, for example, this array of things, right? Well, okay, let's think about this. Okay, let's think about if I have, okay, let me do this. No. W here. So let's think about this. Let's say I have a, well, okay, here's how about this. You know how you guys have search, or what is this? Oh, this is, okay, that's an interesting one. Okay, you know how you guys have search in Google, right?
Yep.
You guys know that? Mm-hmm. Everybody can raise your hand if you know search in Google. Yes. Everybody raise your hand. Yeah, good. Right? You know when you type in things like, for example, car, it gives you a suggestion underneath, like, for example, maybe carpet, maybe it's something else. So it gives you suggestions like autofill, what is it called? Autocomplete. Everybody know that? Yes? Right? How the fuck do you think it happens? How does that work? Right? How does that work? Well, that's a good question, right? How does the autocomplete work on Google? For example, again, right? Well, it works because of, you know what? Because of this. It works because of something called a tree. It's actually called a tri-tree. Tri-tree. This is a data structure, a tree structure, basically, that what it goes ahead is it's very fast at being able to predict exactly what suggestions to give to you here.
Yeah, because think about it. If you were trying to create this autocomplete, you can't just put all these different words into an array, because then that would be like a huge array that would be very
millions of words.
Exactly. So a tri-tree is just structured in a way that you can actually easily figure out the words that can come after a specific prefix that you put. So if you put CA, then car can show up because of the tri-tree.
And I don't want to get too technical with it, but for example, a tri-tree looks a little bit like this. For example, you have C here, A here, and there's different words that branch out from here. You see, there's different words that branch out from here, kind of like.
Yeah, so this is like really geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to get into, but it's not worth getting to right now. It's just worth knowing.
Yes.
That you have to master data structures, because that's how you're gonna start to solve.
Does everybody understand this right now? Yes or no? Raise your hand. Yes. Everybody. Good. Awesome. Okay. Cool. So sweet. Cool, guys. Now, for those hold on, can't talk. So we got that portion. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next portion. I will go ahead and remove this. Okay, next up. So just a little bit of a story kind of about me. So it's better to make some progress than no progress at all. Of course, that makes sense.
Yeah. So let's actually talk about what some of these people are actually looking for, right?
Yeah, you can see here, for example, they're looking for things like, expert in HTML, CSS. They're looking for understanding of software engineering principles, right? Agile software development, all these different things. Communication skills, very big. Problem solving skills, look at that right there. Problem solving skills, that's just right there, right? It shows it right there. That's
that's exactly what you need.
Same thing here, right? Same thing here.
Because if you want those jobs, guys, I know it might be intimidating when you see this big list of all these different things, but it just comes down to these fundamental things that we've talked about, which is the problem-solving skills, making sure you could actually build an integrated app from the front end to the back end, and just having that experience there. Because, if you send in that application, people sometimes get scared, like, oh, there's too many things. And not only that, something we want to talk about is the experience, Naj.
Yes. The experience, they always say here 5 years, but this right here, here's what I say to that. You ready for this? Here's what I say to that. I say this.
Whoa. All right, there we go. That's spelled better.
Here's what I said to that. They always say 5 years and shit like that, but trust me, that's not what they necessarily look for. They are because it's, number one, it's hard to get developers at that specific point, right? And developers are like not someone who you need 5 years to be a pro developer. You can have 6 months. You can be 1 year into it and already be a good developer, right? Depending on how much you put into it. That's why right here, right? For at least 5 years, like the 5 year aspect is not the most important part. You will still apply to these specific jobs. Even so, you understand that, guys? Comprende with me?
Send in those applications regardless.
Comprende?
Exactly.
Good. Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Yes? Thumbs up. Good.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So as we mentioned, guys, it doesn't matter what it says. Just send it in anyways. I mean, if you're really not qualified in terms of years, they'll just not approve you. But who cares? Send more applications time and time again. Now, let's go ahead and dive into what are some of the things that you have to learn other than just the technical stuff. Yes. And that is going to be the soft skills. How do you actually behave like a person? How do you actually show up? How do you connect with them? How do you become someone that they actually want to hire when they're interviewing you? How do you answer their specific questions, right? Because we've actually started to look into what are the things that someone is looking for, specifically a company. And can we actually show this next slide,
Yes,
Nas?
of course.
Because in this next slide, we're going to dive deep into the things that you have to do. So guys, take a screenshot of this. Take out a notebook. I don't know, whatever's faster for you, probably the screenshot. Look at this stuff, because these are the things that people are actually looking for. And Nas even has a little bit of more insight as well. But here, when it just comes to generally hiring, they want to see that you're coachable, that you're willing to learn. They want to see that you're emotionally intelligent. You're not just like reactive to everything. You could have your emotions under control.
You can be stable.
You could be stable. You can empathize with other people. You could be a regular human being. That's what we'll call emotional intelligence, being a regular human being.
You're motivated to do stuff by yourself. I think that's a very big part, right?
That you're proactive.
Don't just wait for shit to just come to you, right? You're motivated to do it by yourself. You take initiative. This is a very, very important aspect of any job. And if you, for example, at a job, if you want to go ahead and grow quickly, meaning you want to be able to get those new opportunities, you want to be able to potentially, right, make more money, right? You have to be able to, right, have the motivation to take initiative by yourself. Comprende? Yes or no? Hold on, who's somebody's waiting?
Yo, David, can you mute whoever?
Huh?
All right, I think he got muted.
Okay.
David got him.
Got him? Cool. Thank you, David. Okay, cool. Awesome. So let's go ahead and keep going. All right. So next up. So all those. Okay, what soft skills does developer need? Like I said, very important soft skills. Okay, you need to be, again, you can just be coachable. You need to be someone who, most importantly, communicative. When I say communicative, what do I mean by that? I mean someone who does not hide themselves, does not hide their problems. If you have an issue that at hand, you communicated that to the whole team. That is the big goal.
Guys, now, before you go on to the next slide, Nas is about to drop some real secret sauce here, because Nas got to talk to a recruiter.
Oh, yeah.
Right? A Google recruiter.
Yeah, I did.
And ask the recruiter, what are you looking for now as a developer as well? Because this was more general, like, what do people want? So take out the pen notebook. Make sure, if you haven't been taking notes, I don't know what you've been doing this whole time. But Nas, drop that knowledge on what the Google recruiter was looking for. What are the soft skills that people really need to work on?
Yeah. So I talked with the Google recruiter. I had a conversation with them. And look at this. Check this out on Christian. Make sure.
Hey, guys, please make sure to mute your mics. Thank you.
So I had a conversation with a Google recruiter. And what they literally told us, because we had this boot camp, right? And we're talking with them, about potential, opportunities there. So, right? So Google recruiter right here. Okay. Here's what they told me. They told me 3 simple things. One, they are looking for great problem solvers. Why does it keep not showing? Hold on. Freeze mode off. Freeze mode on. There we go. Google recruiter. Yep. Recruiter. Okay. Right. So they talked about, for example, like I said, they talked about things like, okay, you need to be someone who is a great problem solver. You need to be someone who, crazy enough, actually can do clean code. Clean code. They mentioned that, which is really interesting. Clean code right here. Clean code. And they also mentioned the fact that they look for people who are actually have great EQ. They are great to work with. Because would you agree with me? Who here wants to work with an asshole? Trey, you do.
You know what? Trey. What are you doing, Trey?
Right? Great to work with, right? And that's what they look for. It's these 3 things when I mention it to them, they look for that really, really importantly,
Yes, exactly, guys. And again, you want to make sure that this is coming from a Google recruiter, right?
Yes.
So take that into consideration, take that into note, because we want to see what are the things that are going to make a 6-figure developer specifically, right? We already talked about a lot of these things, but what are these qualities, Nas?
Cool.
What are we going to dive into?
So think about this. Resourceful, analytical skills, knowledgeable in technologies, great communicator, right? Team player, problem solver. Screenshot this, we'll move on, okay? Screenshot this right now, guys, everybody.
Because next, we have an amazing thing where Nas is going to break down for you how you can reverse engineer becoming that 6-figure developer.
Yes.
And Nas is going to break down a specific story that he knows about very well.
So how I made $300,000 as a JavaScript developer personally in the past 3 years, guys. That has been an amazing experience for me. It's been a difficult experience. It's been a long journey, but we got here now, okay? Here are some examples of just my kind of letters that I got from companies, right? In terms of like what I got, the jobs that I got, so things like that. Let me go ahead and take a look at this. You can see here, for example, I made $19,000, almost $20,000 as my first job right here, making 19 per hour. So this wasn't too bad. This was my first developer job at the company called Urban Science. And then after that, after this internship, they actually offered me a full-time job for $65K. Now, I did not actually take that job. I actually took a job at a company called Service.com, and then because they offered me $70K right away, kind of after college, right after I learned basically, coding. But the crazy part is that I didn't learn coding through college. I actually learned coding through a company, do I have it on here or no? Oh, there. I actually learned coding, guys, because I joined a startup called Trandala. This is a startup I joined completely for free. Basically, I was working for free for about almost a year and a half with this company. You can see me right here, right? This is me right here. Oh, no, right there. Oh, hold on. This is me right here, right? And then this is my friend Steve, this is Robert, and this is my friend Case. Case right now is a full-stack developer currently in Mexico, the guy I talked about before, actually. So he's doing great. But these guys, I work with them together, and I'm like, listen, guys, hey, I want to go ahead, and I want to help you guys out. I don't have much experience, but there's any way that I can contribute, right? I would love to contribute. I really appreciate this. And so crazy enough, they gave me like a way for me they tested me out by giving me a project. So they gave me a project to do. Like they gave me like a, scraper project, and I had to do it. I didn't know how to scrape. I didn't know Python, anything at all. And so, but in 2 days, I stayed up till like middle of the night, and I actually went ahead and, create a project with a scraper. And then next thing you know, I'm working with these people. And here is where I learned everything between communication, right? Right? I had them as mentors, right? They were such amazing mentors for me. It was insane. Communication. They taught me project management, right? They taught me hey, Javier, please make sure to mute yourself. Thank you. They taught me things like, front development, front-end coding, right? Front-end, right? All these different things is where I learned development. Right there, right? They taught me full stack, right? So Robert right here on the left-hand side actually is a great guy. He knows backend development very. Just fair, please mute yourself. Thank you. Full stack development. I learned it from them. So not only I have great mentors, but I just learned a lot from a company. And crazy enough, look at this. Oh my God, guys, come on. Crazy enough here. This is when we launched our application called Trandala. We actually bought t-shirts, and look at this. We were outside. We were actually making t-shirts outside by hand, by ourselves, because we could not afford to buy t-shirts normally. So literally 200 t-shirts we made, like literally for the whole day straight. It was fucking insane. This is the app that we built called Trandala. Kind of looks like Tinder, but it's Tinder for clothing. So how cool is that, by the way? That looks pretty cool, no?
Super cool, man.
How does that look, guys? No? This was built with web technology, by the way, with web tech. Yeah.
I want to download it.
It's not live anymore. Bankrupt. This is a company I worked with, Service.com. These guys went bankrupt later on. That's a whole different story. Don't worry about that just yet. Yeah, but basically, I had a job at Service.com at this company, and I didn't like it. I wasn't too happy with it. But what I ended up doing is I ended up taking a risk, and I ended up actually quitting. And I was like, I'm out. Peace out. And I was so crazy enough to where my boss literally came to me and said, hey, you know what? I heard. Let me tell you this. He's like, this is serious. So he's like, man, I'm gonna tell you this as a father. I'm gonna tell you this as a friend, as a financial advisor, and as an employer. You're fucking nuts. You're fucking nuts. You're fucking nuts. And you're fucking nuts. That's like 4 fucking nuts.
Four or 3 times. How many did he tell you, man?
I don't know, 4 times or something. Right? He didn't want me to quit. And he said I was stupid for quitting because I was making pretty good money there. But the issue was not the money. The issue was that I just didn't enjoy it. That was the big issue, right? So I ended up quitting anyways. Now I'm doing freelancing. And because I quit, guys, I am where I am today. I took that risk. Crazy enough, I quit at a point in time where that company was actually succeeding. Yeah. That company was actually about to buy out a company called Sears. And if they bought them out fully, I would have been basically a millionaire because I had shares in the company. But at that point in time, I just said no. So how crazy is that? To be able to turn down money like that, huh? But crazy enough, they actually didn't get bought out and they went bankrupt. So there you go.
And now Nas has a Tesla. Let's go!
And this was after we went ahead and I quit my job, didn't like it, started freelancing. Shit got a lot more serious. I had to get a lot more serious. Had to make some nice pictures. So there we go. So let's talk results, right? We had, for example, just like how I did it, right? We teach other people to do it in the same format, right? In the same way, just from my experience, from God's experience, and so forth. And so people like Frank, who landed their job making 170K contract, at Sonos. We had Davin, who got a 6-figure developer job at PayPal, also making over 6 figures, right? We have people like, for example, Rishi. He making 50K. Rishi's actually on here. Rishi, say hi.
Yo, Rishi.
Yo.
What's up?
He actually got an internship as a React.js developer, making at least 50K right now, and it's crazy, right? We also have Kevin here. Kelvin. He got an internship for making 52K. So it's pretty insane, guys, what we've been able to transform, and Bradfield here as well. So, guys, so many success stories. It's insane. So how can we take it even further, guys? That's the question that we want to ask, right? How can we take this event further, right? Well, check this out. How can I do it? The thing is, right, when we realize this kind of stuff, when we realize the issue that there isn't in the developer world, there's a huge issue. The issue is that a lot of people get into this. They have no idea how to get into this. That's part one. They are lost. Would you agree with me that you're lost? Raise your hand if you feel sometimes you're lost and you don't know where to get started. Raise your hand. Like if you feel like there's so much out there to learn that you're not sure exactly what to start out with, right? There we go. Beautiful, right? So awesome. And we realize that there's not a lot of good resources out there to teach people that, right? That's another big thing. And we realize that a lot of people, they'll go to tutorials, they'll go to all these different things, but the issue is that they can't code. That's the big issue. Then we also realize that these coding bootcamps that are out there in the world, right? They also can't teach people for shit either.
So there's two problems. People aren't learning and people aren't being taught properly.
Exactly. So there's a lot. And this is why we've decided, because we've been doing this for quite a while and we have a different format that we want to use, we decided to start our own coding bootcamp. And this has been an amazing experience. So I kind of want to introduce to you something interesting. You might have heard about this. If not, then check this out. Because we ourselves have launched a full stack mastery bootcamp a couple months ago. And that has been a game changer, guys. This is something that we've been working on for a real long time for developers, because we are here to transform. We are here to transform people's lives to become developers, right? In the right way. Not in a way where you just make a lot of amazing projects on your portfolio, but in a way where you actually learn how to be a coder.
Yes, where you actually
understand to be a coder. And we actually have a few students here from the bootcamp who are actually, let me see, we have Ankh, for example. Ankh is here. We have Eric, Martin. They're here from the bootcamp, and they can attest to how that experience has been for them. So, for example, Ankh, can you speak for a little bit about what has your experience been in this bootcamp so far? He is part of the first cohort back in January. So let's just speak a little bit about that, and we'll see what we got.
So he's only been here for a little, not even 2 months yet, just a month and a half?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So how's it been? Tell me.
It's been great. It's challenging. It's fun. And I've been through another boot camp, but it was nothing like this one. This one, the instructors actually care. They actually call you out, but they mean that they care about what you're learning. Like, I think last week, Daniel was like helping me through Stack. And then he didn't give up. my old instructor, if I didn't get it, he'd just move on because that's just taking out his time and then the class's time.
Yeah.
But for an hour and a half, Daniel was on my ass about getting the stacks down.
Let's go, Daniel!
And then he'll give me like a 20-minute break, and then he gets on my ass again. So it's sometimes some people take that as like bad, but at the same time, these two instructors right here, like they want you to succeed.
Yeah.
And if you don't succeed, they're gonna make sure that the whole class knows. So the whole class will help you, and they'll help you.
If you're not in your game, we're gonna be on your ass. That's what we're gonna do, right? So it's not just me and Daniel. It's me, Daniel, Jesse, Lamb. It's David, right? There's so many amazing instructors we have in this boot camp, and what is the different thing do you think we focus on differently than anything anywhere else?
So you're focusing on more about algorithms and like data structures, where my last boot camp we didn't really focus on that until the end of the boot camp, where we worried about framework.
Yeah.
And then like something that you don't really need to get into interview, because my last boot camp is basically taught us frameworks. But when you go to interview, I'm not gonna build a website for them. They're gonna ask me like, how can you problem solve this? Could you do this?
Yeah.
Like give me like and talk to like there's no communication skills that you can learn at a boot camp. It's everyone. It's basically everyone for themselves. And then if you can learn or not, it depends on you. But we just got $13K from you, and that's it.
You paid $13K. You built some beautiful projects, but you can't get a job.
I cannot. I got 2 interviews because of the name of the University of Washington, and then they had reference for that. But when I was in the interview for one of for Expedia, they asked me, "Could you make me a recursion function?" I was like, I'd never heard of that before.
But
this boot camp, we learned recursion for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And now On would have been able to write 10 recursion functions in front of her.
First and last out, baby.
Let's go. So you can see, right? That's the big thing that we have definitely here is, we are very much tied to the results that you get. That is our main focus. My main focus is I want you to fucking know what you're talking about. If you don't fucking know what you're talking about, I will be on your ass. Right? That's the thing, right? Ankh, like for example, when he sometimes misses class, I'll be like, Ankh, what the fuck are you doing? Come in here. Or like when somebody misses class, everybody else will be actually in Slack will be typing, where are you, Brad? Where are you? Where are you? Come on, let's go. And so it's like this amazing community of people helping each other out and are just there, That's the cool part about this. And I'm pumped because I know that at the end of this, I will push on so hard, maybe to a point of crying, right? But he will thank me later and thank us later because he'll get the job.
And I do have some good news too.
What? Tell me.
I have an interview for an internship on Monday at Gravity Pavement.
Oh, let's go! Woo!
Yo!
All right, hold on. Wait, this Monday? Which Monday? Like this Monday?
Tomorrow.
Bro.
Tomorrow.
All right, bro.
Bro. Do you know that it's gravity payment, right?
For Dan Price, yeah.
Yeah, that's 70K minimum.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's the, I think out there right now, the CEO, he was making millions of dollars a year, but instead of taking the millions, he split it where minimum wage or salary for each employee is 70K. And he only makes 70K just like his employee.
That's fucking amazing.
And he's from Seattle, so I was like, I'm a work there.
Let's
I don't care
fucking
if I have to get coffee or clean floors, I'm gonna work there.
Let's fucking go, man. That's gonna be fun. Awesome, man. Well, good luck in the interview, man, okay? Good luck. You're gonna kill it, okay? Awesome, man.
Now, one final thing for anyone who's thinking about FullStack Mastery Bootcamp, what words you got for them, man?
Do it. I almost quit coding because of my last boot camp. I spent 3 hours with Nas in a workshop, and he made me love coding again.
That's amazing.
Do it. Don't be scared. Just do it.
And even we like for example, Ankh didn't have the money initially to actually put down the down payment for him. But Frankie in here, by the way. Frankie, Frankie, come here for a second.
Come say hi, Frankie.
Come say hi, Frankie. Come say hi.
Where Frankie at?
Yo, you're Frankie's favorite, man. He loves you so much. Here he is.
Yo, what's up?
Man,
I don't know about favorite, but you're really cool, bro. Nah, I'm kidding. Okay. I love you, man. How's it going?
Good. He's the one. Him and Daniel was probably my favorite. Nas favorite instructor.
Wait, what? Nas? Not Nas?
But Frankie gave me, like, when I first started out with this boot camp, I didn't know I was going to do it. I wanted to do it. I wanted to learn from these instructors. I wanted to be a part of this group, but I had $17 in my bank account.
Yeah.
Frankie told me his story of how he started with this team, and then he told me he gives me a week to come at least with a down payment or anything, even $100, $200, but then you have to work your ass off.
Yeah.
At that time, I was working at Amazon Flex, so he's like, "You can do it. Just work 6 to 7 times a shift per week. You can probably pay it off."
Yeah.
So I took my pride out the way. I never asked to borrow money, but I asked my brother, and my brother goes, "When do you need the money by?" So by mid, I think it was like Thursday or Friday, I texted Frankie. He's like, "I have the down payment, and after I get my tax return, I'm gonna pay off school."
Dude,
that's it.
That's fucking amazing.
Dude, that's amazing. That's the thing, sometimes we forget that it just takes a risk. You have to take that risk. You have to kind of like take that leap of faith. Obviously backed up by data, right? Like it's not like you're just taking a leap of faith into something that you don't expect to get any returns, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's that little push. And sometimes when you're stuck in patterns of like not taking risk, somebody else that's used to that type of pattern has to like push you to like, that's the same reason I pushed on. I'm like, hey man, I don't know if you're saying the truth, but I was in a similar situation. And if you're real and if you're not lying to me right now, reach out to me in a week. And then I feel like I'm going to, it's not going to be easy. I'm not saying that this is a magic pill. We're going to push you a lot. But if you're real, you're going to put it down money, because that's the only way that you're going to take this seriously. That's the only way that you're going to respect this. And now you're here, man. Now you have an interview tomorrow. It's amazing.
Freelancing gig. So
let's go, man! Am I pumped for this guy? That's gonna be amazing. I'm pumped,
dude. I'm so awesome. This is so awesome, man. Thank you so much for hopping on, man. So
I appreciate you.
So before we go on to more people, Nas, let's tell people what Full Stack Mastery is, right? Because we introduced it, we talked to people are probably excited about it. Can we pull up the slides real quick? All right, while he's figuring out to pull out the slides, right? You might be wondering, so what is Full Stack Mastery? What is even the purpose of this? So the purpose of I got it. So the purpose of Full Stack Mastery Bootcamp is, again, to help you to become that full stack developer, right? We talked about the roadmap. You've taken notes on the roadmap, but here we're going to hold you by the hand and take you step by step. So what does that look like?
So if you want to, this is for those people who want to switch to a career as a developer, for example, maybe for example, Marek, right? Your goal is to go from truck driving, right, to become a full stack developer. This is what this is for, right? It's exactly there to kind of handhold you from zero to becoming a full stack developer, right? Or for you to either get a remote job as a developer or to even do freelancing if that's something that's your thing, right? Right? That's the goal, right? And the goal for us is to be able to have you land your dream job as a developer. Freelance, full-time, doesn't matter, right? That is where we want to go, take you to, right? Now here's some epic coaches. We have Lem right here. We have Kazi right here. We have Nas, which is me, of course, right there, right? We have Daniel, this great guy right here on the right-hand side, right? We also have people like, for example, let me see, right? David Rakosi, he's in the house, and Jesse, of course. Amazing Jesse is, I'm not sure if she's here in this current call, but she's amazing too, and she's coaching you guys. So we have 6 teachers, guys, 6 teachers to be there to guide you and to handle you the whole time. Now, let's look at this, right? So how many of you have attended bootcamp before? Raise your hand. Anybody? Anybody attended bootcamp? So Ankh, of course. Anybody else? And Martin. Anybody else? That's pretty much it. That's fine. That's fine. So, and Nick as well. So here's the thing. And who ended up not getting the job just yet? Raise your hand. I know, like, for example, Ankh did not, right? So Martin did not, right? And Anthony, same thing with Anthony and Nick. Oh shit! But then Anthony and Nick, guys, turn on your cameras. I want you guys are raising your hands, but I can't see your faces.
We want to see your faces. So, guys, you guys are not alone. Nas, go to the next slide. And it's because you see in the slide, guys, what you'll notice is that there's a lot of people who have gone through boot camps and they just didn't sufficiently learn what they needed to learn so that they can actually get the job. So, similar to like how Juan said is he went to this boot camp and he wasn't able to land a job because he didn't learn the right fundamental skills. And that's why we're enforcing those and that's why we're emphasizing those, right?
So let's talk about what is full stack mastery, okay? It's pretty much your Thanos, okay? This is for Thanos before full stack mastery. And this is right here. This is, hold Hold on. Oh, no, never mind. That's later.
Chill.
So here's what you guys get with FullStack Mastery. You get 4 coaching calls per week, right? You get 6 of the best coaches right here. You get things like the best curriculum, right? The curriculum that's made to take you to a full developer, not just curriculum that's going to how An has said that this curriculum will just build nice projects for you. No, this curriculum will teach you the fundamentals. Will teach you how to become a proper developer, right? Right. You get daily homework and challenges. You get feedback and reviews, right? All that is what you get in this bootcamp. It's so one-on-one. It's so personal, right? On top of that, one thing we didn't mention is on top of that, you also get things like, for example, right, we have twice a week we get things like calls with students. So for example, just homework calls, right? Homework coaching calls, and this is where you get on with your students and you actually get to speak about the homework and you get to do other things.
So all these things, guys, are going to be able to help you improve, help you learn what you need to learn, guide you hand by hand, because we also have one-on-one coaching.
Coaching,
guys. I mean, Joshua mentioned this last time. It's not even one-on-one coaching. It's like 5-on-1 coaching, because all the coaches will get on your butt to make sure that you're doing what you need to do.
Exactly.
I don't think Josh was here, but he mentioned that last time. And guidance from the best teachers, because that's literally all we have here at Clever Programmer.
Right. And access to recruiting network. So one really cool thing, guys, we're about to partner up with a recruiting network called Premier, and these guys will come in. They'll teach you how to build your LinkedIn, how to build your resume, right? And they will teach you, and they'll give you access to their private network of hundreds of companies where you'll be able to potentially land a job. So like it's literally almost like I literally promise you that you'll get the job as long as you give me your work and you promise me your work. It's just as simple as that. All right, cool. Okay. Yeah. So guys, if you're interested in applying for this, go ahead. We have a link down below. Okay, link below. We are currently collecting people for the March cohort. Again, we are very selective about who we go ahead and select for. For those of you who are on Zoom, we have a link in the chat. Can you drop a link in the chat right now?
Yeah, we will be dropping the link right now, guys.
To apply?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go and drop a link in the chat. Give me 1 second. So raise your hand if you're interested in applying. Raise your hand. If you're just interested in applying, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Nice. Marek. Who else we got? We got Ofa. We got Nick. Anthony, how about you? Who else we got? Keep them raised, guys. Keep them raised. We have Brandy. Nice. Litrakazi. Beautiful. Awesome. Good to see you. Good to see that. Cool. Awesome. So again, the link is going to be down below.
I just gave it to you. I'm not in the chat.
Oh,
go ahead.
Chat?
Yeah, just go to Kazi's real quick. So we'll be dropping the link there.
Let me see. Dropping the link.
Also, guys, we'll be dropping the link. So this is the link for the application. Oh, it's already there? Awesome.
Okay. It's already in Zoom, and it's down below on YouTube.
Perfect, guys. So these are the links. So
are those 2 different links, by the way, David?
Yes.
Make sure.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. No, that's not the... Who did? No, the link to apply, David. I got it here. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
This is what I was sent to put
right there.
Here.
That Typeform link. You see that Typeform link right there? That's the link you want to go to, okay? That's the link you want to go to right now, okay? Exactly. So that's the link you want to go to right now. Yep, there you go. Ofa got it. Beautiful. You Alpha got it and everybody else, okay? So here's what you guys. Go ahead and sign up right now, okay? Apply for this bootcamp right now, okay? Let me know who's applying. Who's applying here? Who's applying? Marek is applying. Anthony is applying. Ofa is applying. Actually, Elliot is already in it. Elliot, you're already in it. You don't have to apply anymore. So what we're doing right now is we're collecting students for our March cohort. Again, this is a very exclusive, right? This is a very exclusive, what is it called? It's a very exclusive cohort, right? Where we try to limit people for between 15 to 20 people max. And the only reason being is because we want to go ahead and make sure to give you as much time, as much attention as possible, right? Attention as possible, right? That's the whole goal with us, right? Attention as possible, right? This is what we do, right? Right. So guys, apply for the coding bootcamp. The Typeform is right there. Raise your hand if you're currently applying. Anthony, are you applying? Yes or no? Yes.
So now let's quickly dive into some of these technical skill sets that they're gonna be able to learn.
Yes.
Right. What are the things?
Sure. So while you guys are applying, are you guys raising your hands because you have a question, or are you raising your hand because you're applying?
I hope it's because they're applying.
Yeah. Marek, are you applying? Beautiful. Anthony, you're applying? Yes?
I'm applying, but I also have a question.
Go ahead. What's your question, Anthony?
Well, I will admit I'm having some reservations in terms that, well, I've been part of the clever programming team since like 2019.
Yeah.
And I've been sending out applications like crazy since then. I could literally tell you I've sent close to like 100, 200 applications. But I guess because of my location, I keep getting rejected.
Where you at?
I'm in Nigeria.
Oh, I see.
So it's kind of very frustrating to kind of want to sign up for another boot camp when like the last one hasn't really worked out well.
Gotcha. I mean, I understand, right? Like the only thing I can tell you pretty much, Anthony, is, it all depends on how you're being led, right? It all depends on how you're being led, right, to get that job, right? Because the other bootcamp might not have gotten you what you wanted, right? But doesn't mean that your next experiences, your next potential, opportunities will not get you there, right? You might be missing something. You might be missing the fundamentals. You might be missing that initial first step. Because at the end of the day, I know you're in Nigeria, but even if you're in Nigeria, you can prove to other people what you can do by having the right skill sets, right? By having the right fundamentals. Like if I told you right now, Anthony, can you build me a React.js project from scratch right now by yourself fully? Can you do that for me?
Yeah, I
from
built
zero.
my portfolio with React.
No. I'm not saying that we went to a tutorial and you copied it. I'm saying if I told you right now, start a project.
No, I didn't. I didn't follow a tutorial. I wanted to build that myself. I wrote the CSS myself,
Beautiful.
the responsiveness. I wrote everything myself just to prove to myself that I could do it.
Yeah.
And because I came from like a .NET background, so I've been writing that for like a while now. So I branched into React.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that might be working here. There's a lot of things that might be working here, right? Right. We have Calvin actually, who is, for example, I'll tell you, David here posted. Calvin is actually from Nigeria. The guy we talked about in a little bit, right? He's from Nigeria and he got internship, landed an internship as in Bank of America, right? So it's possible. It's possible, Anthony, right? You just, number one, have to potentially apply more. We have David here apply to 500 companies, not 200, but 500 companies, right? So you just have to keep trying. You only need one opportunity. You understand that? So I don't want you to be down by that, number one. I don't want you to be down around that. I want you to more so be excited about that. It's like, you know what? I'm not getting it right. Maybe it's a problem with your resume, for example. I don't know. For example, are you in PWJ, Anthony?
Yeah, I've been part of PWJ.
Send me your resume. I'll take a look at it later.
All right.
I want to take a look at it, okay? But you have to apply. No, I'll take a look. I'll take a look at it anyways. No matter if you apply or not, doesn't matter, right? I'll take a look at any other case.
No,
okay?
I'm already applying actually.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I'll take a look at your resume, but that might be your big issue that you're having, right, guys? So that's the thing. Okay, cool. So cool, awesome. Let's go, keep going. So now, let's see. For now, okay. So also one other thing that again you can say is at the end of the bootcamp we will also have an amazing retreat where you will actually come in, like for example to LA. We'll have a retreat where all you guys will come in and you guys get to chat and we'll have a nice conference. It'll be amazing, right? So here's the technical skills that you will get to learn in here. Frontend, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js, backend, APIs, Node.js, Express, MongoDB, PostgreSQL, database design, everything you need to know to become a FullStack developer. But also Git, wireframe, Firebase, and a lot more. Most importantly, you will learn here that you will learn the fundamentals, right? That's what you will learn here the mostly, right? You will learn all those data structures that we talked about, right? All those data structures that we talked about just with us, you will learn the fundamentals, right? You will learn the data structures. Right? You will learn how to become a problem solver. We focus for the first 2 months, guys. We focus fully on just problem solving, and that's it, right? Just problem solving, and that's pretty much it. That way, you have a proper foundation of what it means to become a developer, and you can solve any problem at hand when you go out there and interview for other jobs. That's an issue that a lot of companies actually have, or a lot of people have, is they get an interview and they can't go through it because you just can't problem solve. Like, would you agree that that's one of the biggest issues? Yes or no? So just out, guys. We have and then of course after the full stack mastery, you get to be Thanos that looks like a little bit like this, guys. With all the
with all the frameworks, all the
Firebase,
languages,
with React.js, with Git, with Node.js, with JavaScript, and that looks pretty insane. How cool does that look, guys? Huh? That's pretty intense. Hey, there we go. So, guys, we actually have, for example, Eric, who is in the bootcamp. So, Eric, can you go ahead and speak a little bit about the bootcamp and how's your experience been so far here?
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I know this is a silly question, but I was gonna be like, do we get one of those gauntlets when we're done? Because that would be sick.
Do you want to? Do you want to?
Even if it was just like plastic, I could be like, oh, look what I got from my boot camp.
We'll figure something
we
out.
actually put the frameworks in the languages.
What you will get though is we'll have shirts for sure, but something like that. We'll have shirts for you guys when you guys graduate.
So yeah, I think it's easier if I just kind of give a little bit of a background on myself.
Go
So
ahead.
I am in the last semester of an associate's degree for computer programming and development.
Yeah.
But all the way up until COVID, I was, restaurant worker, service industry, bartender, stuff like that. So I have absolutely no experience in IT. And as far as school goes, they didn't have any real world projects. So starting probably about 6 months ago, I started applying for jobs because that's kind of what my school said.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do any like 200 or anything, but I applied to probably 40 or 50. All the answers were no. And so I actually this Monday, I'll be starting week 3 of an apprenticeship that I got.
Oh, let's go.
And I actually got it based on projects that we did in the first couple of weeks with this boot camp. I was able to show them like the HTML and CSS skills that I had and stuff that we did. And they were like, wow, that's really cool. That's actually something that we could use.
Mm-hmm.
And then I explained to them like the terminology that I was able to learn and the problem solving that I was able to learn that school didn't do was also they were able to realize that I am going to be getting to a point where they can really utilize me.
Yeah.
So that was another key factor as to why they were like, yeah, we want to get you on board because you'll get based on what you told us you're learning in this boot camp, you'll get to a point where we want you as one of our main developers. And I was like, sweet.
And
So
you didn't even finish. This is only 2 months in, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It was based on like school. They don't really do projects. Like they teach you that stuff, but it's a lot of theory and there's not like explanations as to why you're doing stuff or why you need to learn things, as opposed to you guys make it very understood that you're learning this in a real world scenario. Like you're going to use this for XYZ when you get into work, and you're learning this because you need to know it for building this or how you can build that. And so it was it's definitely helpful to like from my end to know why I'm learning something and to feel like, okay, I'm actually going to use this. It's actually going to be valuable to me, as opposed to sometimes in school, somebody says, here, learn this. And you're like, well, why? What's it going to do for me? I don't know. What's the point? I'm wasting my time. And I never feel like I'm wasting any of my time in this.
That's amazing.
And another huge part, I think, totally separate from like the actual code, but it's almost like a family. Like once you get into it, kind of like On said and stuff, we do like side in between the coaching calls, we do the homework sessions, and it's like I went on a couple of them, and it's really cool to have interactions with people like that. And for like almost an hour, there was 5 or 6 of us. We weren't even talking code. We were just asking each other like personal information and getting to know each other. And that was really cool too, to have that kind of tight knit community of a boot camp.
Yeah, that's everything. That's amazing. I'm very happy to see that community. And the cool thing is, because we're so nitpicky about the people, like for those of you who apply, just so you guys know, we won't pick everyone, okay? We are very picky about people. We're very picky about the energy you bring, about how dedicated you are. If you're not dedicated, I'm sorry, we won't pick you, right? You have to be a dedicated person. This is a very exclusive program, okay? Because at the end of the day, dedicated people get what? Dedicated people get results. And we are only looking to get results. We're only looking to give you results. That's what our goal is, okay? And so if you're not dedicated, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen, right? But But because of that, because we are such a tight-knit community with so much great energy, that creates a community of like where everybody pushes each other to do just their best and to do better, right? There's literally not one person who has better energy in there. There's not one person who has bad energy. Everybody's there motivated. They want to become developers, and they're doing crazy shit to do it, to get there.
Yeah, guys, so if you are interested in being part of this community right now and you're on this Zoom call, make sure to click the link below because this application will be closing at the end of this call, just to make sure that everyone who's part of this call, we get to reach out to you and we get to talk to you and have those conversations to see if you would be that good fit for this program.
And if you have applied, guys, go ahead and put it down in the chat. Put it down in the chat that I have applied, right? Those of you who put down in the chat that I have applied or I'm applying first, we'll talk to you first, okay? So make sure in the chat you put down right now, I'm applying or I have applied in the chat right now, and I will go ahead and we'll talk to you in the first place, okay? So let me see. We have Anthony, you've applied. Nick, I'm applying. Nice, Marek, I have applied. That's amazing. Cool. Nick is I'm applying as well.
Perfect.
Cool. So guys, Brandy, are you applying, Brandy? Yes? Brandy's applying as well. I got a cool call on this. Beautiful. Awesome. So, okay, cool. One last thing. Oh, Eric, what would you say to somebody who's interested in something like this, or who's maybe unsure potentially?
Don't miss the opportunity. Life gives you plenty of opportunities. This is not one you want to pass up.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Eric. Awesome, Eric. Thank you so much. I love you so much, man. I'll see you in the coaching calls, okay? Thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome. So let's go ahead and move on. Next thing, okay? Next part is we have the
So what are you going to master when you join this program? What are you going to be able
Fundamentals.
to learn? Fundamentals.
You'll master the problem-solving skills. You'll master the technical skills. You master the communication skills. We literally, in our coaching calls, guys, we literally go ahead and we have you speak about explain your code every single time. That way you master the proper communication skills when you go ahead and go to an interview, right? Okay, you master your mindset, right? A lot of people are stuck with an imposter syndrome mindset. We fucking kill that shit, or we try to kill that shit.
Doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. I mean, it exists still, like it or not.
Very minimal.
Yeah, we try to kill that, right? We have coaching calls on just mindset. That's the whole goal, right? Awesome. When you master algorithms, that's a very important part. Mastering algorithms, okay?
So this is the beautiful community that we have right now. Look at that. Everyone engaged. Eric throwing up the peace sign, drinking water at the same time, staying hydrated and learning code. But this is the amazing community that you're going to be able to be a part of and see, everyone there is excited to be there, man.
Clyde, Nate, wait, is Nate on here? I think Nate is on here. Oh, Nate is on here. Let's go. Nate actually was not about to join. He actually had a conversation with his parents and he was like, nah, man, sorry, I can't join. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? Take some fucking responsibility, Nate. And he did. And now he's in here. And now he's going to kill it. And then he's gonna go, and then he's going to go to his parents and be like, "Yo, guys, check this out. You told me no, but I did it anyways, and I fucking got a job. So there you go."
Nice. Let's
get it. Awesome, cool. So this is Joshua, Gianna, Robin, so many amazing people. You can see right here, and you can see we're going through code together, right? Together we are learning through code. We are explaining. Robin here, for example, is explaining her code in terms of what she did and why she did it, right? Again, it's all about practicing your communication skills that you need to get so much better at, okay? So phase 1, fundamentals, okay? You get to learn lead code from hackering. You get to learn problem solving and algorithms, okay? Phase 2, front end. You will get to learn things like HTML, CSS, JS, GitHub.
Literally, the roadmap we gave you is mapped out to the exact structure. That's what gave you that roadmap, because we realized this is what people need.
Exactly. Backend, right? You'll get to learn things like FullStack project, you get to learn MongoDB, PostgreSQL, Node.js, Express.js, and also even, for example, MySQL. That's another big one, right? So MySQL. That's another thing you're going to learn, okay? Next up, Capstone project. Really cool. What we have, guys, for you is we're going to have people lined up, clients, actual real clients, or the real ideas. By the way, I got one more person yesterday, by the way, to lined up.
Let's go.
So now we have one more person as well. So we're going to have clients lined up, and teams from our bootcamp will pick a client, and they will work with them directly for the next month or two. And they will learn things like, for example, client management skills, right? This will be as real world as possible, right?
Exactly.
Right? There will be a real client management skills, project management, and so forth, and team skills as well, and team skills. Shit you don't get anywhere else.
Exactly. So if you want to just go to that next page, because that's all the exact same things that we have there. So we'll have your client, might be me, but in this case, Nas got other clients, and you're going to be able to go into teams of people. You're going to work on this for some time. You're going to meet with your clients. You're going to have some guidance from your coaches. And as Nas mentioned before, you're going to start to pick out some of these skills that we talked about, which is client management, project management, even learning how to do Scrum, use Trello or Jira just to be able to manage your projects.
You will have meetings with your client on a regular basis. You will have meeting checkpoints. It'll be, and you'll be guided by us, the coaches, who know what we're doing because we've done this before, right? So this is the big difference between so many other boot camps and so many other even like universities, right? We do this kind of stuff. And learning these skills is so important, right? Client management, right? Project management, Scrum, Trello, Jira, all those.
And
Phase 5 is finally land your dream job. Let's go. This is where you will come in and you will be Premier, our recruiting partner will come in and they will actually go ahead and kind of help you out. They will go ahead and show you basically, your LinkedIn, how to do your LinkedIn, how to properly do your resume, how to properly apply, right? And of course, they will do mock interviews with you of those things. And then finally, they will go ahead and finally, and they'll put you into their machine, into their kind of, dashboard? To their dashboard, where you'll go ahead and, apply for companies with hundreds of companies that they have. So it's you're pretty much kind of guaranteed a job, right? Right?
If you put in the work,
if you put in the work, of course, right?
Like,
of course, you have to put in the work, but still, that's the whole goal, guys. Look at this. Your resume, LinkedIn, interview prep, mock interviews, how to apply, accountability, and so much more.
So now, what would it be worth to you if you can become that full stack developer? If you could be able to switch your career, if you can start to work remotely,
if you could be making 70 to 80K per year.
All these amazing things, what would that be worth to you?
What would be worth to you? Tell me, guys. Who can tell me? Marek, what do you think? You're on mute.
It's priceless.
It's priceless. Why? Tell me why.
These skills will set you up for life.
Right. That's true. That's true for life, pretty much, right? Because what? But give me like a number, for example. How much do you think it'd be worth for you? Like if you can land an $80,000 job, how much do you think that'd be worth to you?
Say 5K.
5K? So basically, it's only 5K for you to be able to land an $8,000 job.
It'll be worth the investment.
Okay. Interesting. So what if, for example, how much university costs, for example?
Oof. Man, you're talking about how much I pay for my master's right now?
Yeah.
It's $2,000 a course.
Okay, a course. How many courses are you taking?
I take one at a time.
Okay, so how much have you paid so far? How much are you going to pay in the end?
I paid last year. I ended up paying a little bit over $10,000.
$10,000. Okay, so you paid $10,000 right there, and you're about to pay $2,000 more, correct?
It's like another 10.
Another 10, so $20,000. So there you go. Now, is that $20,000 worth to you? Potentially.
But you
don't
not for the masters.
But you don't seem so confident.
For my master's, no. But for this, I would pay anything just to get the fundamentals and everything down.
So you see, that's where such a big difference is. I love that, Marek, right? So look at this, guys, okay? Right? Flatiron School, all these other boot camps, we've researched all these other boot camps in terms of what they do. Flatiron School, $15,000. Hack Reactor, $18,000. App Academy, $5,000 plus to do some shit with 18%. I'm not sure what exactly that is. Lambda School, $30,000, and then $30,000. They also have a $15,000 option as well. So there are $15,000 and $30,000 as well. Okay. So this is what they get. So now think about this. Okay. Now college degree, on average, $67,000 you'll be paying for, on average.
Wow.
That's fucking insane. But it's all worth it because, of course, if you can get a job as a developer, right? At the end of this, making $80K, and then it will serve you for the rest of your life, right? That's it. The first year, what? The first year, you get $80,000. The second year, you get $90,000. third year 100, and so forth and so forth. And now it stacks up like nothing, right? This is where the big difference is. So this is where now we come in, right? We're like, okay, this is interesting. What can we do now for you guys? What can we do for our amazing PWG students, right? Camera focus. No, camera's focused. It's all good. Yeah. Right? Is becoming a full developer worth that money? Right? Is it worth the $67 or the $20,000 so far for you, Marek? Is it worth that?
Yes.
Yes, right? Just at $20,000, okay? Now, guys, here's the thing. So here's the deal, okay? Today, our FullStack Mastery costs $15,000 for the 6th to 7th month program. Today, right? Now, let me ask this question. With all that you get, is that worth it? Tell me. Is that worth it, Marek?
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It gets even better. Because PWG students and PWP students, right, you guys have gained you guys have our trust, right? You guys are more dedicated now. What we do is we actually knock off from $15,000 to actually $10,000 for PWJ and Profit with Python students. So only for PWJ and Profit with students, only exclusively for you guys. Nobody else gets this. Not on YouTube. No, nobody else. You guys get a $10,000 program. Is that worth it to you, Marek?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Right? Now, here's the thing. Right? Remember what you get. 4 coaching calls per week, 6 of the best coaches, the best curriculum, daily homework and challenges, feedback, and support. So, the best coaches, the best curriculum, 4 coaching calls per week, one-on-one coaching, right? It is fucking insane. Right? You get to learn the fundamentals. You get to master your communication skills. You get to master your mindset skills. You get to master the fundamentals. You get to master problem solving. Is that worth it to you guys? Yes or no? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. That's worth it. Raise your hand. There we go. Beautiful. There we go. Beautiful. Right? So here's the thing. But we are not done yet, guys. We're not done yet.
What else do they get?
They also get one-on-one coaching, guidance from the best teachers. They also get access to our recruiting network, right? And end of the bootcamp retreat. How fucking insane is that, huh? How cool is that? Raise your hand if that's insane. That's awesome. I would say so. I would say so, right? But here's the thing, guys. For only those of you who are in the webinar, we're not done yet, guys. For only those of you who are in the webinar, because you're like, you know what? I want to change my life, right? Raise your hand if you want to change your situation right now. Raise your hand if you want to change your situation. If you get exactly. So who else? We got Ofa. We got, for example, Marek. We got Nick. Everybody here, right? Here's what we do, guys. Because this tells you that you are dedicated. This tells you that you want it. What we do, guys, is we go ahead and we knock off from 15K to 10K. But not just that. For only those of you in the webinar, only on this webinar right now, we go from that to $7,500, right? $7,500 just for this bootcamp right now, right?
And that's because we know that you're serious. If you're here in this training, you're part of PWJ. You're showing us you're serious. You're showing up to these coaching calls. So right now is when we'll be offering.
For 6 to 7 month program, guys. Now, who has applied here? Raise your hand. Who has applied here? Marek? Anybody else? Ofa? Who else applied here? Ofa? Now, guys, Anthony and Nick, good. Those of you might think, okay, well, how do I afford this? There's multiple ways you can afford this, right? You can do installments, right? You can do but the biggest thing we have right now, for those of you who are in USA, here's what we have. We have something called financing. We can finance it, and a lot of our students right now are doing financing where they pay $160 per month, $200 per month fully, right? They do finance. They take out a small loan through our partner. Well, we're going now, but to do that, who's interested in financing? Let raise your hand. Marek, are you interested in financing, for example? Ofa, would you want to do financing? Marek,
I just do installments.
Installments? Well, finance. I feel like that would be even easier for you.
Well, I mean, I could pay it in full, but I just do the installments to separate the payment.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Who here is interested in financing? Tell me. If you're interested in financing, or if you're ready to put, if you're ready, so Marek, Ofa, if you guys are ready to do installments, for example, here's what we're going to do, right? Here's what we're going to do. For those of you, we will drop down a link. This is a $500 down payment. That's pretty much it. We will drop a link down below, right here. All you have to do is just drop the link. And what's going to happen is we will call you, those of you who went ahead and paid right now, we will call you right away after this call. We'll call you right now. We'll set you up. We'll get started right away. It's so simple. We'll get your link right now. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Where is it?
Oh, it's already in the chat.
That's already in the chat, guys. So go ahead. Olfa, Marek, who else? Brandy, who else? Those of you who are interested or who are dedicated, who want to, right? Click the link down below. Put down payment right now, and we'll click, and that's it. And that down payment will go directly towards your boot camp. Okay. But this tells us that you're dedicated. This tells us because again, we have very limited spots. We only have I think.
Yeah, we're running out of spots.
I think we only have 5 spots left.
Yeah,
we only have 5 spots left right now, guys. Just so you know, 5 spots left. 5 spots left, right? So for those of you who are interested, so who's gonna do the down payment right now? Tell me, Marek, are you doing it? Olfa's gonna do it, and Marek is gonna do it. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and do it right now. So while you guys are waiting, now for those of you who are interested, okay, let's go ahead. Martin is actually in our boot camp. Martin, can you speak a little bit about how has it been for you, and how's the boot camp been for you? Tell me, Martin.
Well, I initially found Clever Programmer on YouTube, and I was in a boot camp last year in the UK. I also investigated all the other boot camps, but this one is just something else. The homework, the knowledge of the tutors, and just the togetherness, the working together, and going back to fundamentals. I now feel much better 6 weeks in. I feel I really understand some things, which I didn't before in the previous boot camp. And I can only say, I was a bit dubious at the beginning, but this is just something else that Daniel, Lem, Naz and Jesse and everything else, at the same time, I'm a father, I'm schooling my 6-year-old kid at the same time.
Yeah.
I live in the UK, and these lessons are sort of at night time, and it works. But I feel really pleased that I'm actually learning something. I can get it done. And I would say if you're just feeling a bit hesitant, you're missing an opportunity, go for it.
Thank you, Martin. I appreciate that. And like I remember, Martin, you you joined, right? I feel like how confident were you before? Like, I know we still have a lot of more months to go, right? You're gonna be a killer, but how confident were you on a scale of 1 to 10? How confident were you in coding? Let's scale on 1 to 10.
Well, I thought I knew stuff, but you guys show that we don't. I say 2 out of 10 or even less. And I think I'm now getting to the 5, 6. And there's a long way to go. But you guys, you're really clever programmers, really good on marketing, and you get 1,000 emails a week, a day.
Yeah.
All you guys that are watching this, I'm telling you that these tutors, they really know their stuff, and it goes into more depth, and they make you do it, and they ask you questions, and you have to explain it. And if you don't understand it, they go through it again and again until you do understand it. So yeah, that's what I can say. It's just something that's really good. That I would say if you've got any doubts, actually you're missing an opportunity if you don't apply for it, I would say.
Thank you. Wow. That actually means a lot to us. Thank you. Because we put in, we love this so much. Me, Daniel, Jesse, we love what we do so much that and it means to us, when people tell, when Martin tells me that, I was like, fuck, I want to do even more. We're already doing so much for these students. We're like, fuck, what else can we do? This just brings me, it fucking makes me emotional because I want this to succeed. We're tied to their results. We're tied. I'm not tied to the $7,500. I'm not tied to what you put in. I'm tied to your results. I'm tied to you when it's 6 to 7 months, right? When you finish this, you can tell me, Naz, thank you so much. I finally got that first job, and I am happy. I'm now able to go ahead and be with my family. I'm able to afford more things, right? I love what I do. That to me is what I'm tied to, because I know it gets hard. I know it's hard sometimes, right? My parents were there. I'm personally very thankful for my parents that, where they went through a lot of different hard work. My parents came from Ukraine, they literally came from Ukraine with nothing. They came here with $500 in the bank account. My parents, my dad he worked 18 hours in a day at a car wash. My mom cleaned houses for 15 hours a day. It's an insane process. I'll be here, Frankie here. It's an insane process, but but they took that risk. They bought plane tickets, which cost them 15. Like I'm not sure how many thousands of dollars, and they came here, and I just want to kind of thank them back for making that risk, because now our lives are so much better because of that. And so it makes me happy to know the fact that people who come into this, their lives can be, not only their lives can be better, but also their kids' lives can be better, their families' lives can be better, and their whole future can be better for them. That's what I'm excited about.
The other thing I just wanted to say is, for me, it's a change of career. I've been quite successful in broadcast industry, post-production, and this is a change of career. So I didn't have any developing experience before. Yes. So yeah, if any of you are changing career or thinking of something like this is definitely a way to go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nate. Awesome, guys. Thank you, Nate. And those of you would you recommend them to, I know you've said it, would you recommend to people to join this bootcamp if they haven't yet?
I would say more than recommend. I don't know what there is more, but yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Martin. I appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you so much, Martin. Guys, so who went ahead and did that payment? Mike, did you do it? You did it? Awesome. So we'll be calling you first, okay? And then next time we have Alpha, I think. Alpha, you did it as well, correct? Alpha, you too? You did it as well? Yes? Can we double check that?
Yes.
Can we double check that? Awesome. We'll get a call with you right away, guys, and then you will be enrolled into the program. We'll figure out the financing, the installments, and everything, and we'll just get you guys started. Is that okay? Yeah? Give me a thumbs up. Are you guys excited for this? Good. You excited? Let's go. I'm excited to teach you, Marek. I'm excited for all of you guys to go ahead and just kill it, right, in life as a FullStack developer, to make your life better and everybody else's life better. Okay? Cool? And you have any questions for me? Yes or no? Anybody have questions? Anybody have any questions? And for those of you who have just applied but who are still maybe thinking about, maybe you're on the iffy side, if you're still thinking about it, right, we will go ahead and talk to you later on after this. We'll just chat with you. We'll get in a call with you. We'll talk about your goals for 2021 and so forth. And who here, raise your hand here if you want us to get in a call with you. Even if you haven't did not do a down payment just yet, raise your hand if you are interested in, interested in us just talking to you about the bootcamp. Raise your hand. Who else? Nick, Brandy. Okay, awesome, for sure. For Anthony, we'll get in a call. And Claudia, don't worry, we'll get in a call with you. No problem. Cool, guys. Cool, awesome. I have one more person here. Nate, how's your experience? Tell me. No, it's not here.
Really great.
Tell me, so like,
it's
what
the best ever.
Tell me, why did you join?
Well, I've been like learning code for like, what is it, like a year before this?
Yeah.
But just like getting into the fundamentals, that ground level of understanding and being able to problem solve on your own accord, that is just so useful as a developer. Yeah. And I think this boot camp really made that happen. And I'm I feel like I can own the knowledge. Like there's a sense of confidence in what you know. So, and make no mistake, this is a boot camp, so you have to go through the ropes as well. Like, and these instructors are really
awesome.
They are a godsend.
And that's the thing, man. A lot of people, and I don't mean to cut you off, but that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that, you only get paid because you have the skill, because you can actually understand the code, right? And it's what we keep seeing time and time again, that, we have people in our community that even already have jobs sometimes, but they go, let's say, 10 steps ahead, and they're already building projects with, certain frameworks like React when their fundamentals are not yet, completely on point, So we started seeing this pattern a lot, and we started giving a lot of importance to that, helping the students gain confidence within themselves, because like you said, you're able to actually own the code yourself. Yes. Pretty much, that's how it feels.
Yeah. And now, how do you feel now? How do you feel now? How confident do you feel now? After joining? I know we kicked your butt a little bit, right? But how do you feel now? Tell me, huh?
I feel like a monster.
Feel like a monster? Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my dad, he's also in software, and I'm able to actually form conversations with him.
Wow.
On software development, and we're actually being able to bounce off. And he's also looking forward to kind of having me help him with his projects.
That's amazing.
So that's always exciting to think about.
Amazing. That's awesome. Awesome. Well, guys, it looks like we have 4 people who went ahead and already put that down payment, which is amazing. For those 4 of you, we will be talking to you guys directly. But at this point, guys, do you have any questions for us before we go ahead and move on? Thank you so much, Nate. Appreciate it. And Nate, one last thing. Would you recommend for people to join this bootcamp? Yes or no? Yes?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Chance slide. Yes.
Awesome, guys. You have any questions for me here in the Zoom call? Anybody? Any questions for me at all? If you have no questions, then we're just going to go ahead and jump off. But that's pretty much it. Did you guys enjoy this session, guys? Yes or no? Yeah? You guys had fun? You guys had fun? Amazing, guys. Cool. Guys, at this point, who's pumped to go ahead and become a full stack developer? Alpha, Marek, let's go. Claudio, everybody in here, you guys should be pumped because we are pumped to teach you. We are pumped. We are putting out so much content on YouTube, in the bootcamp, and so much here because we are tied to results. We want you to win. We want you to become a developer. That is our main goal. In this year, right, our actual goal, just so you know, is to go ahead and get 5,000 developer jobs for 5,000 developers. That is our goal for this year. That
we're pretty close, man. We're pretty close.
I mean, we still got.
We started last year.
Yeah,
right?
We started last year. We still got a little bit to go, but we're pretty close. We are collecting everybody who is gaining jobs, and it's been amazing so far. And I love it. And that's our goal here at Clever Programmer. We are going to be the best educational company out there. I am not kidding. The best educational company for coding. That is not a joke, you know. It's not a joke. That is my goal.
Changing the world one developer at a time, right? And starting with the fundamentals. So
exactly.
Honestly, guys, this is only for the people that want to take it serious, for the people that want to advance their career. If you're not serious, honestly, you're just here for entertainment. Do that somewhere else.
Exactly. Awesome, guys. Next, all I can say to you is have yourselves a great day. Marek, Alpha, for those of you, all 4 of you who have went ahead and did down payment, we'll be talking to you right after this. So wait for a call. Make sure to wait for a call, and we'll be chatting with you, okay? Cool? Got it? Awesome, guys. All right, guys. Have yourselves an amazing day, and we will talk to you when? We'll talk to you later. We'll see you in the next coaching call and next video. Adios. Bye-bye. And bye-bye, YouTube.